We're talking about risking the loss or potential loss of a generation of Rohingya children, because it isn't just the 500,000 or so children on the Bangladeshi side of the border, but it's also those who are still left behind in Rakhine State, whose access to education is patchy at best. And highly limited. So we really are talking about a whole generation of Rohingya children whose education, whose hopes of learning the basic skills that they need to make a success of their lives, to achieve anything in their lives and contribute to their community's future is in jeopardy. I think that what we're dealing with, however, is a situation which is likely to continue for some period of time. We have to assume that there is, plan in a way which would allow us to move beyond thinking about this as an emergency, but as something which is going to continue, a sustainable response, in other words. And that's one of the key messages in our report, that we really want to see everybody accept that this is not a crisis that is going to go away anytime soon. They've always been very clear that when it comes to things like education, that is not their responsibility to provide a Bangladeshi education for Rohingya children. They want the Rohingya children to receive the sort of education that they would have got were they still in Myanmar. That's been their basic position. There are issues around language that we are still trying to establish common thinking on. They want the teaching, the curriculum to be delivered in the languages that the children would have been receiving were they still in school back in Myanmar. So that's in Burmese and in English. The whole issue of the new curriculum is meant to address these concerns, or rather to allay the concerns of the Bangladeshi authorities, while giving it a greater structure, the learning curriculum more structure and substance going forward, without crossing, if you like, the red line for the Bangladeshi authorities, particularly around the use of the Bengali language. So that's one that they are still resolute about, and that's something that we have to respect.